Hey all, Wartorn here. Here we be back at the Badlands, playing Japan in a 42 setup of the BBR Rules G40 edition. Um, let's just get right into it. It's late here. I need to get to work. I need to be up at 5 a.m. and it is, oh, what time does the phone say? It doesn't want to say because I'm filming, but I'm pretty sure it's around midnight here, so, yeah, I need to work for a 24-hour shift. Anyway, so here we go. 76 to spend. I bought one fighter and 6 tactical bombers. And right into it. Up here in the north, I'm going to send 3 infantry and 3 tanks from Manchuria into Korea. I'm going to send 1 artillery from Manchuria into Johor and 1 infantry from Anhui up to Johor. Down here, I'm going to take Burma with 1 tank. Over here from Shan State, I'm going to have 1 tactical, do a TS on that destroyer, plus 3 fighters to follow up. Up here in 36, I'm going to take 1 tac from 35 for a TS on the carrier, plus 2 fighters from 35, and 1 destroyer from 6 is going to float down to 36. I do believe those are all of my attacks. So, right into it. So, C-Zone 36. Get 1 TS, 1 at 3. It is a hit. So, I'm going to get 3 more at 3 and 1 at 2. 3 for the fight. Oh, sorry, 2 for the fighter. 2 for the fighters and 1 red in there for the destroyer. And there's 2 more hits. So that is 2 on the carrier, 1 for the fighter. Okay, so Joe gets 1 at 2 and 1 at 4. Only 1 hit, please. I don't know why I'm asking you when I'm the one rolling. 1 hit. Okay, so destroyer is dead. So is the carrier and the plane. These guys have 3 movements left. Moffett Field. Thanks for sharing, buddy. Much appreciated. The TS down here in C Zone 37. So, 1 at 3 for the TS. That is also a hit. Return fire from the destroyer is not apparent. I don't know why I thought that he... Almost glad I caught myself there. So the destroyer is dead. Manchuria. Ooh. Oh, that won't work. Okay, Manchuria. Sorry guys, looking ahead here. 1, 2, 3. 3 at 1. 3 at 3. So 3 dudes and 3 tanks up in Korea from Manchuria. There are 2 hits. And Russia has 3, 4, 5 at 2. There are 2 hits. 2 hits each. Ooh, 3 hits. Puts him dead. Oh, and he goes down swinging, takes out a tank. Jahol, I get 2 at 2 versus his 2 at 1. Oh, sorry, 1 at 2 and 1 at 1. Nothing. Return fire. Nothing. Attack. 1 hit. I'm assuming it's a cavalry. 1 hit. 1 at 2 versus 1 at 2. I got a hit. Chinese return fire. Miss. So I take the space with 1 artillery. Up in Johol. And that's it for the attacks. So 1 guy from Kwai Chao is going into Anhui. 1 guy from Sichuan, not that it matters. 1 guy from Sikang is going back into Sichuan. Everything from Yunnan, which is 8 infantry and 5 artillery, is going into Burma. 2 infantry and 1 artillery is going from Shan State into Burma. 3 tanks from Malaya are blitzing up into Burma from Malaya. 2 tanks from Kiansu is going 1, 2, 3 into Yunnan. Yunnan, we've got 1 bomber flying 6 spaces, carrying 2 guys into Kiansu. The other bomber is going to carry 2 guys up from Japan, and it's going to fly 7 down to Sumatra. All these planes are going to go back into Shan State. He'll probably take a couple of waves at the planes, but he'll get, 3 at 4 versus my 3 at 4 and 1 at 3. I guess I could leave 2 tanks back and land the guys in Shan State. But then that'll leave 2 tanks less defending. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to leave the 2 guys that were back in Shan State, and I'm going to fly the guys from Japan 1 extra space, so 7 into Shan State. No, that's not needed. I'm going to take the tanks back into Shan State. Okay, so the 2 tanks from Malaya stayed back in Shan State, and only 1 moved forward into Burma. Where are we now? So carrier is going into Carolines with a cruiser, 2 destroyers. So the carrier and the cruiser came from 35 over to 33. 2 destroyers from 46 up into 33. A carrier from 6 is going to float down to 33. 3 planes from 36 have 3 spots left. 1, 2, 3. 3 fighters are going to go and land. 2 fighters and a tactical are going to land on the carrier, and then 1 fighter, or sorry, 1 tactical is going to be on the Caroline Islands. Methinks that is it, Fred. So, I can't remember how much China has, but I think they might have $8. They might be able to buy 2 cavalry next turn, protect them, bring it into there. I should have enough to protect it. I hope. Can't get to there. Got that. Yeah, it should be fine. 1, 2. Okay, anyway. So all the planes, 6 tacticals and 1 fighter, are all going on the mainland. Six tacticals and 1 fighter, all on the mainland. Go over this. Okay, so another boring turn but for Japan, but just trying to solidify points and possibly whisk one last turn. I know there's a bomber with 2 guys here in Caucasus, plus another 2 Russian infantry here. So that is 2, 4, 6 additional units that can make it into there. It might be okay. Might be. We'll see. We will see. He might do a TS on those 2 tanks. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those 2 tanks from Yunnan that were in Kiangsu. They went 1, 2, 3 into Yunnan. I'm actually gonna bring them down to Kiangsi, 1, Guangxi, 2, and FIC for 3. Without that carrier, he can't reach them now. So those 2 tanks are useless because now they're in FIC. Well, hopefully I get lucky. And hit a couple of planes if he wants to come in and attack me with 3 4s. Or 1 at 3 and then 2 4s. But anyway, bring it. He needs those fighters for later. Anyway, so that's everything. Little overview here. So starting up in Japan, I have 6 tactical bombers and 1 fighter. Iwo Jima, I have 1 dude. Wake Island, I have 1 dude. In Caroline Islands, I have 4 dudes. In Sea Zone 33, I have 2 destroyers, 1 cruiser, 2 carriers, and on each carrier there are 2 fighters and 1 tactical bomber. There's also 1 tactical bomber on the Caroline Islands. There's 1 dude in Gilbert. There's 1 dude in Palau. 1 dude in Dutch New Guinea. 1 guy in New Guinea, not Dutch New Guinea. Don't want Joe to get mad at me. 2 guys in the Philippines. 1 guy in Java. 4 guys and 1 bomber that is an air transport. How will I mark that? Defending at a 0. So anyway, guys, that's an air transport. That's going to be defending at a 0. In Shan State, I have 2 dudes, 2 tanks, 3 fighters, and 1 tactical bomber. In Burma, I have 8, 9, 10 dudes, 6 artillery, 2 tanks. In Yunnan, I have 2 tanks. In Szechuan, I have 1 dude. In Anhui, I have 1 dude. In Johor, I have 1 artillery piece. In Manchuria, I have 2 dudes and 1 AAA. In Korea, I have 2 tanks. I'm pretty sure I was down to 57. If I am not, please let me know. So I am going to be up 3, 4, 5. Up back up to 62. I'm going to collect an extra 5 for Burma. So that's 5, 10, and $19 on top of the 72, which is 81. There's another $5 on top of my 76. So there's 81 to spend on my last turn. I don't know if stacking 10 units on Tokyo is worth it, but it's pretty much 3 fighters, yeah. Anyway, so that's that. Best of luck to the combatants. And it's been a blast so far, guys. Sorry you had to wait for this, but life sometimes gets in the way. I had the daughter's birthday on this past weekend, and yeah, it was fun, but I needed to tear down and set back up, and between work and renos and life and blah 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 blah. I know. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and here's till the next time. Cheers.